Guys, what's going on? Welcome to Serial at Midnight. My name is Heath, and I have a 5-minute review of the movie Rocketman, starring Taron Egerton. Now, this is a non-spoiler review, though there's not much that could be spoiled because it is fairly clearly a biopic about Elton John, right? Well, so we'll start with that. I thought this was going to be a straightforward biopic, a biography film about Elton John. It's half that, and then it's also half like a narrative using the music of Elton John. The only way that I can explain that, have you guys ever seen Across the Universe? It's a musical that uses the music of the Beatles to tell a story. It's not about the Beatles. The Beatles are not in it. John, George, like no part of the Beatles really appears on screen. It lets the music take on a life. And so half of Rocketman is the biopic aspect, and then half of it is this weird music comes to life with a lot of magic realism. And so I gotta be honest, like some of it works and some of it doesn't work for me. What always works, one, is the music of Elton John because it's classic, it's timeless, it is iconic. And what the other thing that really works in this movie is Taron Egerton. He is fantastic. Frankly, he's better than the movie he's in. What he does, the way he channels Elton John, the emotion that he brings to this, to scenes that the movie doesn't seem to know how to deal with. Like they don't seem to understand. No, this is not how you're supposed to play this scene. He's playing it the way you're supposed to play it. Honor his performance. I can't go further into that without spoiling details, but it doesn't seem to always know what to do with Taron Egerton. But I fully expect there to be Oscar talk come award season for this movie because he is great. Whatever that means, if the Oscar means anything, I do think that there will be conversation about that. But this movie is directed by a cat called Dexter Fletcher, I believe is his name, and he's a British actor, producer, director. I know him as an actor from the movie Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels from the late 90s, Guy Ritchie's crime movie. He was a character called Soap in that movie, and he has evolved and become further embedded into the industry, and now he's kind of branched off into directing. This is his 5th directorial movie, and it kind of feels like it. It kind of feels... I'm going to be honest, it kind of feels amateur at times. It feels like someone who had a little bit more experience could have done a better job with the material. It's not bad. I just don't think it's as good as it could have been. For the music of Elton John, for the personality and the story of Elton John, it kind of feels like some of that just swallowed Dexter Fletcher whole sometimes. But again, that doesn't mean that the movie's bad, because I don't think that the movie is bad. I think that the movie is actually pretty good for what it is, but for what, maybe... Yeah, you know what? I was going to say maybe the movie's not for me, but that's a cop-out because I think the movie is for me. I love music. You guys know how much I talk about music of the 60s and the 70s. And so also the theater that I was in was filled with baby boomers. So we are the audience for this. I'm not a baby boomer, but I seem to identify with baby boomers. Anyway, my point is, maybe sometimes it's dismissive or we're quick to write off our feelings to say, maybe this isn't for me. Look, if a movie about Elton John is not for me, who's it for? But this is what we're doing now. The biopics, we have like the Bohemian Rhapsody, which Dexter Fletcher was a producer on, and now he's directing this movie. So this is what we're doing. Maybe it's intended to just kind of educate a younger audience about these great acts, about these wonderful personalities and the troubles and the triumphs that they went through, what they achieved. I kind of am bothered by the way that they play a little fast and loose with facts. And in this movie, it's very compressed. They don't spend enough time on certain aspects of the story. And then other times, they just fly through things. So like one scene will be 15 minutes, and then something that's very important will get literally 20 seconds. And it just feels like maybe it was rushed, and maybe it was rushed because of the success of Bohemian Rhapsody. I don't know. But I am here to report to you guys that it's not great, and it's not bad. It's decent. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. I really feel like that's about right. 3 out of 5. I'm happy to watch it again, mostly for the music, but at no point does the movie ever become better than just putting on some Elton John and listening to the music itself. So take that for what you will. That's my 5-minute review of the movie Rocketman. Taron Egerton, great movie. So guys, thanks for hanging out. Have you seen it? Did you get to the theater to check out Rocketman? And if so, what did you think about it? Guys, I appreciate you so very much. Take care. And until next time, I will catch you later.